Whether you're tuning in now or after the midday market report, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to tune in. Please make sure you hit that like button, as it will greatly help push us through the analytics, and it'll help this community push through the algorithm and allow more people to reach this community. We do struggle on the midday market report as we don't get as many viewers as during like the normal lives, but I do my due diligence. I've been doing it probably for 4 or 5 months now. I like to just go over the markets, try to get everybody on the same page, and anybody who does appreciate what I do, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. So thank you all so much. The Gatman, welcome in. Faker Bartberger, welcome in. Good to see you in here. So let me timestamp this very quickly, and we'll get through this in our due time. Good late morning, 11:45. No sound. I would imagine there should be sound. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? All good? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you for confirming that. Ryan, welcome in. Mo, Jorge, the Gatman, Mo. Thanks for that confirmation. Thank you, CJ2 Pilot. And welcome in. Mo says your effort and commitment is not appreciated enough. I agree with that. I appreciate you greatly for saying that. So good late morning, 11:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, December 22nd, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So just go through this in a orderly fashion. So the Dow Jones is up 39.5 points, or 0.11% to 37,444. It's broken over a nice resistance line in the 1 hourly as far as it goes with the RSI. So we had a nice pattern resistance that was formed. The price action was getting beaten down from it. Now we seem to have pulled back into the bullish side of town. So would we be surprised if the Dow went all the way up to 39,816? We would not, but we do know at some point we're going to need a correction. But that is the technical target after breaking out of this broadening wedge. It is what it is. We can't argue with what's in front of us. We can't argue with year of end bonuses and stuff like that. But now if we want to hold being an overbought, you could absolutely rise here again and have a push here. We did clear out some. I mean, it's still in the overbought. But the point is it cleared out. We have a nice reversal candle. It looks like an inverted hammer in the making. So if that's the case, this is going to rise up. Nobody says it's going to go all the way up to 39 and some change, almost 40,000 right away. But the point is it's there in the making. Everything's shooting straight up here. And at some point, you're going to have a massive correction. But is that time now? I dare say we would have to wait until the start of next year before we'd really see a real correction starting. I think even into next year, it's an election year. We know what happens in election years. They live and die by the stock market because they think the average Americans are too dumb to realize that just because stock market price is going up, that's not a direct correlation with what's going on in the USA. They think we correlate the USA's success on the stock market, which some people do. But it's not a good basis. DXY right now is down a little bit. Down about 8 cents or 0.07% at 101.71. Lost the 102 handle again. Don't think it's a surprise to anybody watching. We are heading into the dangerously oversold area, even in the daily. So we'll see what happens here, because it very well could come down below that 100 before we have any kind of reversal. And that's why we need to see if it breaks all the way down to that 99.5 area, or if we can hold on to 101.69 and it was just a blimp under the radar. And now we start a reversal, because at some point we're going to have to grab some topside liquidity to continue moving down. Nothing goes straight up or down, not even the DXY when it's ready to die. The US 10-year is up 0.41%, or 2 basis points to 3.91%. That's the 10-year government bond. This is another one that's dire straits. It's getting ready for a reversal. Look at the RSI, how oversold we are now. At some point, we're going to reverse, and I think this inverted head and shoulders, whether it comes down as far as I have it or not, I think this is our best opportunity to break out. We put in an inverted head right here, start breaking back up and break out. Otherwise, we have a death cross that will happen after the daily close today. So the 10-year government bond has a death cross to end the week. It's going to happen. It's guaranteed. I know it hasn't quite happened just yet. Well, it's kind of like basically there. But after the daily close, it's going to be confirmed. If you're looking for XRP, you can always look at my morning update, Prosperity Fund. But this is the midday market report. I've stopped talking about XRP unless there's something drastically different from what I talked about on the morning update. And then I'll come back and do a 60-second short at some time around 2. But then I'll do a live again at 6:30 p.m. talking about XRP roughly. So right now I'm dedicating not so much to XRP. But take a look at my update from earlier where I discussed the bull flag formation and how if we fall below 60 the targets. But on our way up right now, we have other targets. But I don't want to cross lines right now. So I'm going to do this, do my due diligence to this. And then if more people share it, show up, like it, maybe I'll cross into crypto more. But at this point, I need to focus on this, get in and out, bing, bam, boom. So pay attention to the 10-year yield as we end the week on a possible death cross here. So, and if you're watching, please make sure to hit that like button. 30 people watching, only 18 have so far hit that like button. That always does help push the content, and it helps us reach even our own audience. It'll force YouTube to push it out there. If you don't want to hit the like button, you can always send a YouTube super chat or join Tom's Army. But I highly encourage you just hit that like button and share this on social media. Crude oil is at $73.60 an ounce, priced in US dollars, the WTI crude. Down 30 cents or 0.42% to $73.59 per barrel. We have reversed a little bit, but as we know, the death cross had formed. And we bounced off that $69.90, might as well just say $70 that the U.S. government said that they wanted end of year. Now we formed this wedge, so I would say with better than not odds, we should come up here and see how bearish we really are, or if we're starting to reverse the rally now, because eventually it's going to happen. We dumped down a lot. It'll come up to $79.81 to test the resistance on that wedge. It's pretty flat resistance, so I think it's a pretty safe bet to say this is the route we're going. And we'll see here in the next couple days how bearish we are if this happens, to start the new year. But it looks like we're going to start an upward trajectory here in the short term. And then we'll see when we get around 80 bucks. Gold, like I said in the description, it started off hot this morning, but has found some late volatility to the downside here. But that's not telling the whole story. I think gold is trying to retest some of these upper areas. It looks like if we close above about 2,045, it would be a beautiful inverted hammer if it came down to around that level. We've broken above the resistance in the RSI and the daily, and it looks like we're breaking it off of an inverted head and shoulders on that RSI when it comes to price action. So, or the price trend line. So I'd say left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We're confirming the breakout by coming over the trend line. And now if this breaks out, the price action should, and the RSI should come up and back into that overbought. And at some point, it's going to push that 90 to 95 and not just keep breaking down at 80, roughly, how it's been, 80. And here, same thing for consolidation. At some point, you're going to get a massive rise up and then the big drop. So I'm waiting for that capitulation here. Waiting for that capitulation with gold. So we'll see what happens. We got to make